person doing the last time this time is me. Yay, yay. Hooray.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Uh, which last time consisted of you guys beginning your trek towards Raidell to check in with Unrae and Mudslide in the hopes that they would be ready to go with you to look into Silver's temple. Um, and along the way, you briefly heard the sounds of some, or at least some of you in the night briefly heard the sounds of some folk music or other that Byron somewhat recognized, but not quite. And then you continued on. Byron and Locke had a brief chat, and then your group was ambushed in the night. Yay! And you dispatched one of the two that was causing you issues rather mightily. The other one got away. You interrogated him briefly, or tried to. He wasn't being very helpful. There was a brief bit of not being quite sure what to do with him, and then Byron killed him.
It was probably for the best. I mean, he ambushed us.
Probably not.
After all, they did seem to be after Byron. What little you could glean from the conversation was that for some reason this individual, who was a crocodile man, wanted to wanted Byron, and well, Byron didn't want to be got. So bye bye, crocodile man.
I'm a cool person. A lot of people want me.
So beyond that, you guys were going to continue on your trip to Raidell, and we had closed out the session with your next round of watches for the next night, and I believe Riven had requested that Oak and Young swap watches so that she could talk to Oak.
Yes.
So yeah, we can do some jump right back in here and do some quick watches for the night. Hooray! It's the same order as normal, except Oak and Young swap. So it is Young and Bjorn for first watch, Byron and Locke in the middle, and then Riven and Oak at the end.
After the end.
After the end, yes.
After the end. Yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah,
So what? Perception?
yep, first episode.
25. I
Jesus.
have failed.
A 6.
That holds up.
That is just the family legacy at this point, isn't it?
At least Bjorn has the excuse of being drunk all the time. I don't know what Locke's doing.
Exactly.
My excuse is I'm
Put the two
17.
Together, it's just nice.
Oh no.
Oh, Young.
Rolls.
Well, okay.
It's a good thing Bjorn is here.
I do have one other character, so it's
Yes.
fine.
Hey, there you go.
14.
Yeah.
Is
There's
that
no two ways about it. Doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Oak. Oak is not a morning person, apparently.
Apparently.
This is the Byron and Riven notice the world night.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you didn't necessarily need that particularly high. All you really needed was a 15. So, Oak will hear it. Granted, he's also on watch with Riven, where Riven would hear it as well. But before their watch, briefly, Byron, you will hear the same music that you heard the previous night.
Am I able to hum along a little bit more accurately since I hummed along last night?
Probably, yes.
Woohoo! Okay. I'm improving.
Locke, you have no clue what he's humming or why.
But it probably sounds
And-
more. It probably sounds more intentional now.
And that said, Jack and Crap is seen in the morning in the first watch because 3 and 6.
I'm sure
Beautiful.
Jack is lovely.
Right?
I just started passing the fucking ale decanter back and forth, so we both are just sloshed the whole watch.
To be fair,
I don't
y'all
know
probably
why.
wouldn't mind that.
After the
The
time
mental
she's had,
image
yeah.
that you gave me was Bjorn takes a big long pull from the decanter of endless ale, and then passes it to his left to himself, where he takes a big long drink and passes it back to his right hand and takes a big drink.
It's like one of those liminal loop gifts. Just
That is how he passes his nights when he's alone. So
Anyway,
I mean, we
Yeah.
have hats of disguise. We can totally do that.
You're never
You
alone
did,
as
yeah.
long as you have infinite ale.
anyway, so
I feel
Yeah,
like that would make you more alone because you become keenly aware of the lack of other people. And you'd hit the melancholy stage of being drunk. You're just like, I'm all alone. No, glug, glug, glug.
It's a one-player drinking game. Whenever you're alone, you drink.
Rest in
Wait.
peace, I fucking guess.
it's a good thing I got married. That's the only thing gonna save my life.
anyway,
Sorry.
so Byron is humming along a little bit better this time, and then in the following morning, with the last watch, Riven and Oak will also hear it. However, Riven, I think, wanted to have a conversation with Oak, and that's why the switch. So
Yes.
all the craziness can be put past us for a more serious conversation.
She has
Yes,
a serious
she has-
conversation with cheerful background music.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Sorry, go ahead.
You good?
Yep.
Don't get all choked up. I wasn't that funny.
Or maybe it was funny to me. You don't know.
Right. She's just like, she's just sitting there, like, we have like a little campfire, right?
Yep.
Okay, she's just sitting there, just like, has like, kind of like a serious, but confused, trying to think look on her face.
That cannot be comfortable.
No, it's not. She has her like brows furrowed, and she's just like frowning, and she's just like,
Smoke coming out of her ear.
work?
no, there's a reason why she's looking like this.
Yeah, I know.
She's just like, what'd you think of, what Byron did the other night?
I mean, with the fellow that had attacked our camp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he not entirely sure. He actually called for Bjorn to cast Zone of Truth before he spoke to us. That at least implies to me that he intended to speak with the intent of making sure that all of us knew he wasn't lying. Either that or he
I didn't care that if he was trying to be show that as truthful, but his actions is what I'm asking about. Words can be words can be made pretty. So I go off of actions. What is your view on what he did, not what he said?
Well, I don't think we were going to get any information out of the person. We could have. We could have gotten more, perhaps. But
Because he said he was pretty much dead either way, right?
from what I can recall, yeah.
Couldn't we have just convinced him to tell us who his boss was? Or we
know.
could have just kept him alive? Because he would have become a loose end, I think, for the group. And so they wouldn't know how much he spilled. So they would probably have to come and dispatch him anyways?
Riven advocating for mercy? When did that happen?
Since she's been cursed. Which brings up her other point of... Was that similar how I acted with the axes? Because I know I killed someone that I shouldn't have killed. That could have been helpful for us. That led us into trouble, and I got yelled at for it. But everyone seems okay with what Byron did? Was it justified because the guy attacked us?
That's the difference between when you were cursed versus what Byron did before was...
I was compelled to, and he wasn't. At least I don't think. Unless somehow that bow is cursed.
I don't know about that. But if it was just murder for the sake of that, and because he felt threatened, then there wouldn't have been so much time for us to even remotely try to interrogate him. If that had been Byron's thought in the first place, Byron would have just killed him outright.
But he still killed him.
He did.
Do you think he does not want to know why from his past?
I couldn't even begin to guess. Maybe something in his past has made him feel paranoid and threatened. I can understand that.
But he sat there and told us he doesn't know why these people are after him. Is he not curious? Because if something like that kind of threat is coming after you because of your past, you probably would have wanted to deal with it. But if he's just not going to take choices to... Not choices. What do I... I've been told before that someone who ignores their past, ignores trouble from their past, probably has karma coming their way. But if he doesn't want to deal with it, does that mean we don't have to do anything about it?
I still don't quite know what to make of him. There is definitely.
There is something definitely wrong with him. I don't know what it is. It's just he is
Yeah, I
odd.
agree, especially with what. And Oak immediately shuts up. He starts to say something and then he stops.
Finish.
Because he realizes there's something that he and Locke saw that Riven did not.
What?
And
She's just gonna be like, what?
There was definitely something off, and that Byron was not who he says he is. Because, quite obviously, he looks like a half-elf, but half-elf's blood ain't black.
Then why are
And-
we still traveling with him?
Well, all I can say is we might need to have a talk with him, and if he can explain himself as to some element of that, maybe, then we find out why he's here. He's not done anything directly countering to anything that we tried to do. He's not been threatening, unless you count the fact that somebody came for him and then attacked us. Well, they didn't really attack us. They attacked him more than anything else. Granted, whatever the blue streak was, which was probably the girl, did try to attack Hollis for some reason, or at least scared him.
True.
But I don't know. Maybe he'll explain some of it if he thinks that that means we're going to send him away. I don't know.
Do you trust him?
as far as who he is, why he is the way he is, if he doesn't want to explain that, that's not as required, as long as he can give us some sort of insight as to why.
Do you trust him? Like right now? Yes or no?
Yes and no. I have no reason to not trust him, aside from him hiding stuff about himself. And if that was a means to not trust somebody, then I wouldn't trust Locke. Because Locke hid who he was and what his past was for a long time. So did Silver. But I also have no reason to trust him. So, I would also.
Yes, I don't think Silver actually hid her past. When asked, she told the truth, everything about it.
Well, okay, so mostly Locke.
Okay.
And technically a little bit of Riven, I guess.
Yes.
Because in the beginning, Riven didn't say much about her past either. Aside
Yeah,
from,
because she was from, like,
goblins.
I'm with strangers.
except from, I was born and raised in the woods and goblins roar.
Yes.
So, all I can say is we can talk to him about it. And if he explains himself enough that he has the trust of enough people in the party that he can stay, then I guess he can stay. But it's really, it's hard to get the trust of anybody in our group except maybe Bjorn.
Have a beer. And that's why.
Look, there's nothing wrong with being friendly, alright?
No, certainly not.
We'll need to discuss with the group as a whole and see what comes from that. Because, yeah, that wasn't exactly a kosher thing, but forcing him to talk about it is, if he doesn't want to share it, is, you know, at least some of us are used to having our secrets. We can trust each other without having to know everything about each other. So, I get why you would be worried about it.
Hmm.
But
What?
Hmm?
But
I think it would be much better to talk as a group or talk to him about it more than me. I don't know any of the details any more than you do.
alright.
Also, do you hear music?
Yes. It's annoying.
Sounds almost festive. Weird.
Didn't we hear festive music the other night too?
Yeah.
I am suspicious. She looks
Guess
around
it's
more.
I guess it's following us. Or maybe we're following it, or maybe there's just a coincidence and we're going in the same direction.
Well, it's either that or it's I don't know, like I wouldn't say warning, it's like a, foreshadowing of another attack. Omen, whatever.
Maybe. Want to go check it out? Something interesting instead of, tense talk?
I don't want to leave the camp.
Fair enough. Awkward conversation was awkward and disjointed because of internet. Bleh.
But it's now done.
Yes. I guess that's the sound that any wayward, like, rooster type creature makes around here. Yeah, that, sure.
Thank you, Peter Pan.
Boonk.
Roosters
Follow
and Gradiriel go brah, brah, brah.
Following that, the morning will come, and you guys will break camp and, unless anyone says otherwise, probably start making your way onward to Raidell again.
I got nothing. Onward.
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Sure.
Okay. Next day of travel, and it comes into the night. Once again, do you want to shuffle watches once more, or ask to do so?
I don't know about that. I'm good.
What he said, I think.
I'm good with where my watch is. I don't need it shuffled.
Right.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So, swapping back so that Byron does not have, a drinking partner to make the first watch worthless.
Oh,
It is then going to be Oak with Byron, or Bjorn rather. Oak with Bjorn, Locke with Byron, and Riven and Young.
Ooh, I want to ask Young something.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hi, Young.
Our
Are you
watches.
okay?
To which the answer is probably
Um,
fuck no.
Be like, yeah, do that. I'd be like, no. Riven is like slowly trying to get the party's feel for Barn. Byron.
Yeah,
Burn
that's
mark.
reasonable.
Whatever.
So perception yet again.
Will I roll
right,
more
Bjorn.
than a? Will I roll more than a 9 this time? I will. 15. Ah, my raccoon.
And Bjorn, not to be outdone,
That is so painfully on brand. What the fuck? Why is that? Why is it always you, bruh?
Oh, dear.
I don't have my drinking buddy to split the ale with anymore.
So
I'm on
you
double
just
duty now.
So you just dysfunction into a crit fail?
I
I'm
guess.
passed the fuck out.
Oh, I see. You're by splitting the duty. Okay.
Drink twice as much.
Lesser restoration because oak.
So I'm just sitting there with a massive hangover until the watch ends. Oh.
Anyway, yeah, it's more music again for those that rolled high enough to hear it, and this time it's actually a little louder.
Oh no, everybody run
But-
away.
But
Is it
yeah,
taking
so
over our consciousness?
pretty much everybody can hear it except for Bjorn. Because 3.
Oh man.
But yeah, what is Riven's conversation with Young then? She asking him to her the
She's
same
just gonna
thing?
be like, she's just gonna be like, it's just a straightforward question. It's like, what do you think about him?
No idea.
Do you trust him?
I mean, I don't know him well enough to know whether or not I should or I shouldn't.
Another
He did help.
indecisive. Okay.
He did help Locke and well, he did help Locke save me because at the time it was just Locke and Byron. So there's that, but I don't know what all he did to help back then. Oh well, Oak was there too, so he did help Locke and Oak save me. Which, where exactly were you then? I know something was going on with you according to what Locke said, and then, well, actually no, Locke didn't tell her. So, like, they saved me,
I
and
was
then all of a
locked
sudden,
up.
what? And you what? Busted out as a bear?
No, they let me go free. I was just in a timeout, I guess.
And how are you now?
I feel a little better.
Well, you don't have the weird axes that you had. Wait, did Young see the axes?
I don't
I
think.
Can't
do
remember.
not know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't
Uh,
remember if she was there when you guys fought the Shadow Dragon.
I feel like she was.
No, she was. I don't
She-
know. Anyway,
Continuity. We don't fucking have it.
it's
We
fine.
don't take notes.
I mean, I do, but that doesn't include chronology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to do.
Well-
Maybe just have a character who just straight up takes a fucking journal of everything that happens.
Cad kind of did that, or was supposed to do that, but we didn't actually do that. Anyway. Episode title. To be continued.
That's not what it says.
To be to be continuity. Ha. Funny. Anyway. Yeah. So Young is I know it's I mean, you guys know more than I do, and I guess that's not very much based on how you're asking what opinions of.
I just don't trust him anymore. And so I am referring to the group on whether or not I should. My instincts tells me no, but I should see what other people think. I think.
Well, I guess that's why you swapped watches to talk to Oak first, huh?
Yes. So he doesn't know.
Well, I suppose you have one other person Bjorn probably trusts, and Bjorn looks like he trusts most people.
He's a drunk. Give him a tankard and he'll be your best friend.
Harsh,
Has an
but not
endless
untrue.
He has an endless tankard anyway, doesn't he?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, the ale out of that tankard is kind of cheap anyway. So.
Ah,
It's fucking Coors.
Yeah. And then she listens to the music from before. Hey, Young, can you remember a thing? Because you'd have advantage on it, technically. Because this would be something you would want to remember. It's just whether or not you remember. Nope, not with a 9. Never mind. The music seems familiar. Don't know why.
it is annoying and I want it to stop.
I mean,
You want to stop the music?
ha.
Roll initiative.
I mean, it is. I don't know. The music sounds like music one would have at a festival or something thereof. Happy music, welcoming music, like beckoning music type thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It should stop.
Anywho,
We are not a happy bunch. We should not be welcomed. Look at us. We suck. We are all sad as shit.
well, not all of you.
Brutal.
One of you is not.
Jordan's
So,
probably gonna go wander off eventually after it.
that is if he can notice it the way he drinks every watch. If it wasn't for that sword, he wouldn't notice any threat when it comes.
Just roasting today, aren't we?
I mean, I look at the rolls I got, and I can't argue with it.
I mean, yeah, kind of. It's harsh,
What?
but it's kind of fair at this point.
The only time
Look,
Bjorn
it's
ever
gonna
rolls
count.
well is when he's trying to hurt something.
I mean, hey, that's when he's at his most useful.
Yeah, but he's trying to get away from that. He's trying to be more mellow in his old age.
Look, just watch. It's like when it's gonna matter, he's actually going to notice something and save the day.
Yep, and it'll be off screen. It'll be fine.
That's unfortunate.
It'll be just like every time Yang does something cool. We aren't there to see it. It's always off screen.
Well, she actually did something pretty cool on
yeah.
screen.
Last time, yeah. Last time she did pretty good. It just took the game master remembering her abilities. Anyway, so I don't know. I guess you can ask.
If I hear that music one more time, I swear I'm going to go over there and I'm going to beat whoever is playing tell him to shut up.
Well, to be fair, tomorrow night we're going to be right outside of Raidell, so you're probably going to hear more than just that music.
All right.
Raidell. Ooh. Excellent.
Alright. So, do you have anything else, Riven?
Nope.
Alright. Into the next morning. Hooray. Anybody want to talk about anything along the way, or are we going straight to Raidell?
I mean, Locke's whole thing is that everyone knows Locke's thing. If someone wants to talk to him, they're welcome to come up to him, but he usually just sticks to himself and keeps quiet.
Yeah, and as we're traveling, Riven's just like way ahead of the group.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is anyone telling Bjorn about the music, or is he just completely oblivious to it?
That is a fantastic fucking question. Who knows?
Well,
No,
I can say
Riven's not.
Been humming it.
I can say if Oak is not going to tell him, and Young is not going to tell him. So, unless Locke or Riven are, or Barnes hums it along the trip, he has no clue.
But even if I hear him hum it along the trail, I won't know what it is.
You might be curious what it is, because it sounds pretty festive and interesting for someone like Byron to randomly hum.
Perhaps.
Anyway. So, you guys are just outside of Raidell when you would normally set up camp. You could theoretically just go right into Raidell at this point, or you could go into Raidell in the morning. Ultimately, it's not going to matter one way or the other. But Riven, being the wildernessy type, she might want to just camp outside of Raidell last night.
Honestly, there's going to be fewer people out and about during the day anyway, so it'll be easier to get around.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
We can actually test to see if Riven is allowed in the city.
This is also true. So, camping outside or going inside for the night?
I'm fine with whatever everyone else is doing.
I say camp.
Yep.
Okay. Riven gonna choose to talk to Bjorn or Locke by swapping watches?
No.
Okay. So watches. You gotta give because they're fun.
All right, another perception.
And-
Let's see here. 7.
Oh,
We're doing great.
Then again, you can't crit fail a check, so maybe.
that's true. That's true.
That is a rule that no one follows.
All right, we're starting to
nice.
even out now.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, you can't crit fail a skill check, so Byron, it's literally impossible for you to not hear the music. Because the DC is 15.
It'll just slowly drive you mad as it plays in your head at all hours.
Now I'm starting to learn the counter melodies.
But yeah,
All its
and,
parents.
What? D-box it?
so at this point, it's going to be Byron. Bless you. Bless you again. You okay over there? Don't die.
My throat.
Byron.
What?
It's Byron. Byron, Oak, Young, and and Hollis technically, who are able to pull from the sounds that is Raidell at night, and realize that the folk music and stuff is still continuing to go in this direction.
In which
Oh dear lord.
It's with your 15, you realize that it's probably like just on the outskirts of town to the north, maybe closer to these mountains over here. And then
my watch with me.
it is
Lock.
Lock. Mm-hmm.
So what's up?
Which watch number are we?
Second.
Second. Who's on the first?
First is Oak and Young, or Oak and Bjorn, rather.
Anything eventful happen on their watch?
Nope. Other than hearing the music that they've been hearing, or at least Oak's been hearing.
Does Oak tell him?
Let's see if Oak can now, with more details, realizing where it is and that it's followed you guys the whole way here. Can he perhaps recall what it is better than Young did previously? He's not going to get advantage. Young would have advantage. He does not, but he has the better roll because it's a wisdom thing. Oh, hey, cool.
To save you
Now's
get
the
+3, so it's 25.
Technically, yeah. Yeah, technically. Does he tell Bjorn? That's the question.
To be or not to be? Ooh, butterfly. What were we talking about?
Say Bjorn.
Yeah.
I know, like, lesser restoration. Boop.
Oh my lord.
You can continuously get drunk without a hangover.
Everything got real.
Whoa.
So
Unexpected sobriety.
listen carefully. Can you hear that music? There's different music on top of the music that is normally part of Raidell's thing, because the city has music and things at night anyway. But there's a different kind of music on top of it. And now that he's pointed it out and that he rolled high enough on the checks there, he sort of points it out to you. Give me another perception at advantage this time, and don't roll crap.
Look, man, I ain't gonna make promises here.
Don't make promises you cannot keep, wise man.
I have a track record, okay?
And it holds?
And it fuck holds. Honestly, I'm hearing a nice jazz beat coming from the city. That's the only music I'm picking up right now. You hear that? You hear it, right? Just
I do.
smooth.
Yep. All right.
All right. At this point, it's open. What can you do?
Drink again.
Roll again.
Okay. So
I think God has spoken already.
all right.
Well, fuck
Hey,
God. We like JRPGs, and that's usually how those end.
True.
Just kick him in the dick.
True, but
Catch him, put him in a Pokeball. Boy.
Let me ask you a question.
yes.
This is probably an obvious question, but you like festivals, carnivals, that kind of thing?
I am fond of them, yes. They tend to be very joyful experiences.
Okay. So, what I'm hearing that you're not is there is a festival of sorts that is now, at this point, just north of Raidell, the city proper. Based on the fact that I kind of heard it all throughout the nights that we were walking here, it's probably the one that I think it is. Um, there was a traveling festival thing that Young told me about at one point. Um, when she went to it when she was much younger. She kind of snuck in and stole her way into doing some of the things, but whatever. Um, yeah, I actually don't know a whole lot about it. I haven't been to it. I just know what she's told me, and being that you came from Yvonne's also, you know, all about its dragons and giants and things. Yeah.
There do tend to be lots of that, yes. Even if you don't see them, your life is affected by them. So,
Yeah.
that's
So
not to say we don't party, though. Our meat halls are famous.
fair. Um, I can say with certainty that just to the north of Raidell is a festival of sorts, a carnival. If you wish to go, maybe we can wake up the others and see if they want to go.
Hmm.
Or maybe we can wait till tonight in tomorrow night in Raidell proper and see if you know, someone else wants to go.
Date night.
What is that?
Date night.
Uh-huh.
Then we could grab Mudslide.
Maybe.
Is she...
Maybe she's been to it a few times. It always frequents around Raidell. So.
Something to consider. It's not a threat, though.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Good. I had a picture in my head, see, of a traveling carnival that abducts you. It's supernatural. Takes you away to like the Shadowfell or something.
Nothing like that, I don't think. Although
I would think it would take. I
Shadowfell's
would be
not-
under the impression it would take you more to like the Feywild rather than the Shadowfell.
The
Ooh,
Shadowfell
yes.
is not cherry.
Good point, Sleeping One.
to be fair, I think based on what Young described from what she remembers, I think it's more likely to, over anything else, take elements of your wallet more than anything.
Well, that I can survive. Very good.
Either way, just something to consider. And then, unless Bjorn has anything else, we will switch to Locke and Byron.
If
And-
Bjorn could hear the music, he might go try to investigate, but he cannot, so...
It's also quite a ways from camp, because you're on the, like, east side of Raidell, and it's to the north, so...
True, true.
I mean, it's not super far away, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear it over the din of the music of Raidell, but it's
Like a few miles, maybe?
something like that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's longer than I want to go walking in the dark.
Alright, And then we switch to Locke and Byron. I don't know if there's any sort of discussions that want to be had there. And then
Locke noticed the music.
Locke does not notice the music now.
Locke is currently busy doodling in his thing.
How very specific.
My family book. I'm doodling in my family book. I'm just leaving little drawings for family members to find.
And your half sister types in and be like, "This could have been done better."
He starts writing, "Ha ha, made you read this. Ha ha, this too. Ha ha."
Go to bed.
Let's see. So I guess after a point, I would, at some point on our watch, mention, isn't it weird we have our own traveling music?
What?
The last 3 nights or so. That's what I've been trying to hum along to.
Oh, that's what that was?
Mm-hmm. It's distant, but I can kind of make it out.
I listen closer. 15.
I hear it.
Huh. You know, I heard that the other night, but I didn't think anything of it.
All I know is as we move, it must be moving as well, unless all the forests around us are singing the same song.
A singing forest. Now that sounds terrifying. We already have a misty one. Why not? Seems like an appropriate evolution.
To be fair, if the forest he was speaking about was actually singing, it would be the same forest. So.
If you're alone in a forest and all the trees start singing, does anyone know you're crazy?
There you go.
I have no idea how to answer that question.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that was basically it. I just made a point of mentioning it to Locke.
Interesting.
I wonder what it is. You think that's Raidell?
I don't.
Granted, it sounds like they're playing something different.
Yeah, and like I said, I heard it a couple nights back before we were within audible range of Raidell, so that's probably something else. The way I see it, if they're not bothering us, we have no reason to bother them, so...
True. And watch them sneak up on us and demand payment. Watch it be like traveling bards.
I mean, if they come up and demand payment, then we can firmly tell them to go fuck themselves. If they request maybe a tip for a performance, it depends on how good they are. Attitude conveys a lot, so I have learned.
I don't know, if we start traveling through more difficult terrain and they play something a little more intense, you know, it could set the mood.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was about it.
Alright. As far as
Yeah,
Locke is
swap to
concerned,
Yang.
if they don't fuck with us, we shouldn't fuck with them.
Yep. So switching to Yang and Silver at the end of the, or in the morning.
Riven.
Yeah, Riven. Sorry.
We don't have that other one back
Switching-
yet.
Switching to Yang and Riven in the morning, or closer to the morning. Riven will not hear it because
Nope.
9. Hollis will though. Granted,
Mhm.
Hollis doesn't really know much what to do with it.
And Young would hear it.
And Yang hears it. Hooray!
Riven's still
Now
attuned to the omnilet, isn't she?
Yes.
Yes.
She randomly hears her dog humming.
No.
That would be hilarious, but let's not do that.
To us, it's just like, ow, 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 ow.
No.
Hey, okay.
9.
Yang will. Does Ribbon have anything she wants to talk about with Yang or anything?
Nope, just normal watch.
Okay. And then a little bit into the watch, Yang's like suddenly just snaps her fingers like, I knew that.
What?
The music from before. You remember the music we've been hearing that you
Is it still
apparently
playing?
Just, It's you can just hear it over the music of Raidell.
Has it been
Barely.
playing this whole time while we were traveling? All night long?
All night long, yeah.
All night long.
Oh, that is so annoying. There's people that sleep.
Well, not Raidell. We know that already.
They sleep during the day.
Fair. And apparently, this carnival took it to heart, and they do too. But yeah, that's what it is. It's an old carnival. Don't know if you'd like it though. They're a bit weird.
Yeah, no, I'm already done with this music. Tired of hearing it.
Hey, like you said, you could go in and tell the guy that's playing all the music to shut up.
Or just break his instruments.
Yeah.
And at least be a day of silence while he goes buy new ones.
He'd probably go into Raidell in the middle of the night and buy new ones. I don't know. I mean, and then Young just has this sort of distant look for a little bit,
You good?
as if she's thinking of something else.
You good?
Yeah. Sorry, thinking of
You
something.
sure? What do you think?
Yeah. Nothing important. Don't worry about it.
Lies.
Riven just sits there and squints her eyes at her. Like,
Roll insight.
right. Oh, please. Oh, dice gods, please hear my prayer. Thank you, dice gods.
Oh, great.
I'll go find a chicken to sacrifice to you.
Evidently, the prayer was sufficient. I don't think we need to get blood on our keyboards. They wouldn't have given you a natural 20 if the prayer was insufficient.
Technically, this would be.
She didn't say
Technically, this would be. I know it's a natural 20, and that's fine, but technically, this would be a contested roll. Well,
That is hilarious.
That is.
It's like
It is, yeah.
Christmas.
It's like Christmas.
So, Riven,
She's just
I'm
gonna
just
sit
going-
there and squint and be like, "You lie."
I'm just going to make it apparent because it's actually kind of maybe a little bit silly and maybe a little bit cute. You're going to notice that there's just a hint of a blush because what Yang was thinking of was that Silver might like it because the fair's dragon themed.
Damn it! Now I really want to go, but I'm not Silver. I'm playing Ribbon. God damn it!
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's what it is.
That is awesome. Fritz just sits there and goes like, "You lie." You're
Okay, fine.
what?
What? Silver, the person that we're going
Okay,
to
what
be going
about
to
her? We'll
rescue.
go. Yeah. What about her?
She likes dragons, and this fair is centered around dragons. I just was thinking that if she were here, she would like to go. That's all. Maybe. I don't even know.
Yeah, if we get her back, you can ask her. That is, if you have the courage.
I mean,
Riven actually laughs at that one.
Said it's a carnival that's playing folk music.
yeah.
That's dragon theme.
Yep.
Okay.
No. Um. Anyway.
What the
So. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything much more for that watch. And you guys can make your way inside of Raidell if that's what you want to do the following day.
That's why we're fucking here.
Yep. Riven, you go into Raidell and everything is fine.
Yay!
Excellent.
You can see everything, everyone can see you, everything is grand. The guards don't even give you a passing glance when you pass by with Hollis and the rest of the crew.
I feel like we're like a known quantity here at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if you recall, there was a moment when there was a festival in town itself that was a tribute to Unrae.
I have been chosen.
Unrae was a like almost town hero, and thanks to both Unrae and Mudslide, this town knows your party.
Right. Yeah, because we went and rescued her.
Yes.
Hey,
It
did
might
we get a
even be-
festival? No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, that's the thing.
So you
Are
guys-
we actually famous? Well, technically we are, but
We could probably get free drinks.
Like once, yeah.
maybe. But beyond that, you guys are going to make your way into Raidell. And seeing as you guys have been here enough to not completely get lost in your sense of direction, your guide will, which is Yang usually, she will say, so we're here getting, you said we're here getting help, right? Because, big fight with something going on at the temple.
That is the idea that I was working under, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go right quick and take care of something, and then I'll meet you guys back before you leave. Sound good?
Okay, what exactly are you dealing with? If it's something we're allowed to know, I assume we're allowed to know. We are a very
we gotta
tight-knit
go
group.
buy tickets.
Wah?
No. No, there's no ticket buying. Yang will say, just, I have to go meet up with an old friend briefly. Make sure everything is okay on their end. Been a while since I've actually been in town. I was stuck in an iron box. Lead box. Same thing.
Not even remotely.
It is
That's a
metal.
completely different compound. I love being a dick.
Bare metal. It is fine.
Anyway, point is, I've been stuck in a metal box for who knows how long, and I have a friend I want to see.
Okay. Okay. Just giving you a hard time.
Especially considering we might be going into a battle with an army, and I don't know if some of us or me might come back. So, and then she's gone.
That's very encouraging.
That is just the optimism that will see us through today, isn't it? Fantastic for morale.
Oh. Will
Anybody want to follow her?
Which direction did she go?
Sort of a more. Oh yeah, I have a Raidell map.
Does Bjorn think she's actually going to meet a friend or actually going to get tickets?
Do we get insight on that?
I mean, you can if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna join in on this bullshit. 19.
Wrong person.
And still the right character sheet. 18.
That
What did you
name?
change your person for?
'Cause he
I don't know. I was gonna fuck around in the chat box with him, but I couldn't think of anything clever enough, so I just let it sit.
Okay, fair enough. So, following that, you guys will, you all incited, or did Riven incite?
No, because she doesn't really care. She was just teasing her.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, at least a 15 insight across the board there. Yes. She is definitely going to see a friend. She's not going to go get tickets.
Yet.
Largely because if there is a traveling carnival that this thing seems to be, it probably sells tickets at the carnival, and she didn't go north. She went more west.
Alright.
So, but anyway, so you guys can travel through town and go to wherever it is you need to go, which is either Sparkling Wishes Inn, which you've been to a bunch, or to the brothel, the Idle Tomcat, in the daytime, because that's when people are there.
I thought it was
We could-
Prancing Tom.
Idle Tomcat was the name of it, but its sign
Oh.
was a prancing cat.
Also
Right.
story
When
for-
Drunk Riven tried to pet it.
Yes.
Isn't there also
Uh,
a homeless, not a homeless, but like a very poor person's house? Like a kid or something?
Yes, there is. Though Byron wouldn't know that.
Because that was before
Remember when-
Byron's time. That was back when Cad was still with us. What the fuck happened to Cad, by the way? Where is he? What's going on with him?
We need to find him.
I want my elephant back!
Tired of walking.
Anyway,
That wasn't at all the reason, but sure, we'll add it to the list.
so, yeah.
You randomly
Um,
start doodling elephant pictures in the book.
What is, I know Bjorn's probably going to go try to find Mudslide.
I mean, yeah, 100%.
What is everybody else doing?
Well, I mean, we still have to go get, Unrae, right? Is the name?
Yeah, I guess we all go. Should we all just go to the brothel?
I feel like it
much,
would
yeah.
probably be a good idea if, like, I'm at least there to sort of present the case a little bit because of, like, you know, my character's personal investment.
I mean, there's that, and there's
Sure.
also you're going to keep everybody from focusing on what the brothel actually is.
Don't
So-
mind the squeaking coming from the door to the right. That's not why we're here.
Anyway. So,
Good place for the whole party to go.
What's this then?
Yeah, we just like roll up and be like, Sap!
I mean, Mudslide acts as the bouncer, so she's going to see you guys as soon as you get there. Granted, she's probably just getting there. Well, no. You got here in the early morning. She's probably getting ready to leave, actually.
Mm.
And, Mudslide will just, hey, look who it is. Waving at Bjorn. Waving and winking at Bjorn.
Are there any empty tankards around?
No, not really.
Damn. Bjorn is going to hug Mudslide.
Aw.
You should start offering her the pouch. Not the pouch, the whatever. Decanter, veil, whatever it is.
Big, mighty,
Yeah.
just bear hug.
Right, okay, yeah, okay. I was debating whether or not she would bear hug you back, but then because you bear hug her, she definitely will.
Yeah, okay.
Untested
and
strength.
because it's Mudslide, she darn near crushes your armor against you and picks you up.
Woohoo!
Not if I pick her up first.
Strength checks!
Whoopsie daisy.
What is your strength?
17.
17. Hold on. I need to do. What was it? Carrying capacity times 5, I think? Or. Carrying capacity is.
Just roll strength to see who picks up who. It's a lot faster.
I mean, yeah.
Skip the semantics, get to the dice.
Roll a strength check, Bjorn.
We want rollies!
Release.
Come on, Bjorn!
Dear Diary.
Here's all.
What I'm going to do to pull into this, the fact that she is so much stronger than you, technically, at least with carrying weight, because of class, I'm going to give her advantage.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Tukiko attacked my wrist as I was typing. It's your strength score times 15 pounds. Times 2.
yeah, I know. I know. So, yeah. I guess there's a brief bear hug from both sides, and then you'll pick her up. Sure. I mean, if it was an imposed grapple, she'd have advantage anyway. But,
She has
yeah.
advantage on hugging.
I mean, she has advantage on lots of strength-based things. And a carrying capacity equal to that of our elephant man. So,
Good lord.
because she has the same shtick that he's got, which is Bjorn's carry capacity is its strength score times 15 pounds, doubled if you have powerful build or something of the sort. Tad had a 20 strength and powerful build,
18, but yeah.
or 18 strength and a powerful build, and then Mudslide has 20 strength and double carrying capacity because Totem of the Bear. So,
Jesus.
yeah.
So this
This is why there was moments when she just deadlifted you and it was a piece of cake. Because you don't
So
weigh
my-
600 pounds.
No, not even on my best day.
And that's her carrying.
Ale way.
So, yeah, there's just a bear hug, back and forth, and she's like, okay, so what's up? Got something going on,
I
or
believe
just
we are about.
pleasure free?
Well, I believe we are preparing to go to war.
Like, what?
Buzzkill Bjorn.
That's not a buzzkill to Bjorn. Bjorn is quite thrilled as he says it.
Okay.
There's visible excitement in his eyes.
We are going forth to battle.
much,
Violence is imminently in our future.
Well, okay. Who we attacking then?
Well, I suppose we'll just get Mudslide caught up real quick.
Can we go get Unrae before we start talking about shit?
Probably be a good idea. There's a lot to go over, and it would be better if we didn't have to tell the story twice.
That's smart.
She's inside. Give me a minute. And she'll just, like, pointedly open the door and be like, Unrae! Locke and... Wait. Riven and crew are here.
Oh, great.
Oh, hey, one of the ones she banged.
What?
It was just like,
But
And
both of Nive's characters have slept with this drow.
yes.
Beyond that, there's a brief pause, and then you'll have Unrae coming out to join you. Hello. Wait. There's a new one of your crew. Who is this? She's just sort of eyes firing up and down.
Introduce myself. My name's Fire. And I do a very cordial bow.
Okay.
We got stuff to to discuss.
All right. Want to discuss it outside, or out here, or in the street, or inside?
Preferably somewhere private.
That's what I thought. And she'll bring everybody inside, those who want to come inside, or are able, in the case of pilots. Did Riven actually go inside?
Yes.
Alright. So, she brings up
Oh,
a
yeah.
table with enough chairs for everybody to sit around. There's even someone who brings across drinks that are not drinks to make you drunk, unfortunately, for Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
But she, you know, she's a welcome host. So, what's going on? And the floor goes to whoever wants to tell what's going on, which is probably Locke.
Probably. He seems to always do that.
Well, it's as you said, he has the most stakes in that.
Yeah. Or at the very least, he's certainly the most gung-ho about it.
Yeah.
Well, to give you the short version, you remember Silver, right?
Yeah.
And you'll recall that Silver wasn't with us when all that shit with the Shadow Dragon went down.
No.
Well, as it stands, before all of that happened, Silver was abducted from our company by members, I guess, of an order she used to work with that then got rotted from the inside out by infiltrators or something of the sort. The full story is long, complicated, and not entirely clear to me. Even after being told it like 19 times out of character, I can never remember the fucking details.
Detail time?
I guess.
I mean, don't have to. I'm just asking.
For purposes, I'll just say like is like the very quick rundown of that particular part, and now we're finally ready to get into a position to strike back and, for one thing, take down the bastards that got her in the first place, and from there, hopefully find the means of getting her back. And we've been hoping to recruit as many allies to that cause as possible, because throwing ourselves at a fortress is no small thing, especially one, that used to be devoted to Helm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One devoted to Helm, but technically it still is. It's just, infiltrated by a bunch of gigantic fucking losers. We were wondering if we could call on you to be to help us on that mission.
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind going in and putting in the help that I could. Mudslide over there is always up for a brawl. Though Knights of Helm may be a bit harder to deal with than the lowly thugs that might be coming in here.
If it is
Oh,
any
I can handle it. You know that.
right, if it is of any consolation, we do have a dragon.
Dragon? What?
Yeah, like I got us in debt to a dragon somehow, but she's on board to help. Last we heard, so.
Okay. Well.
So that should at least make the initial entry far easier.
Yeah.
And we do have other allies we're going to be calling on as we're going. There's at least one other adventuring party. If I'm recalling correctly, I wish I had the list of everyone we were recruiting to this. But I lost that somewhere.
It was a few.
Yeah, and we'll say that for sake of, simplicity, that I think it was your dad's crew,
Your mom.
the crew that your dad used to work with prior, if any of them would want to come. Mom. The adventuring party that was in Yukiegi that you met briefly. Aza, Dragon, and then Mudslide and Unrae.
Which is not a small number of people. That's like 3 adventuring parties, a dragon, and
That is easily 4 adventuring party of 4 for the ones from Yukiegi. Frederick, Vanya, your mom, the 2 that they were traveling with they're traveling with now, the other 3 that they were traveling with prior, and then Unrae, Mudslide, and that's not a small number of people.
blaring the music from the Battle for Haven when we start going up into that fight.
Yeah, and I, to make it easier on myself, am just going to say that those that are capable are going to be making waves and distractions to make it easier for you guys to go.
Yeah, like I wasn't
Those who
imagining everyone would be on the battle map at the same time. We'd be there for hours for just one fucking round. No.
Yeah, precisely. So
Yeah, because we plan to go in the back door, right?
I think?
Yes.
I mean, initially you were going to whenever Silver was imprisoned, but now you know she's not there.
So, I don't know.
So why are we going if we know she's not there?
Well, because
Why aren't
we need to get there for one thing to figure out where they sent her. It's the only place we can go. Also, just to fucking take it down. It's not a good place anymore.
They can't come after her again if they're all dead.
Exactly.
Granted, it's also, trying to get to the guy who's terrified of everything right now, and maybe he'll spill some of the beans.
Yeah. He can tell us where exactly in the hells they sent Silver, and that can then give us some better directions in getting the tuning fork we need to give chase.
Yep.
So
All
do
right.
we tell her that Silver is not actually at that temple?
I imagine that's in part of the descriptions. Like, as it is, Silver's not actually presently there, but we do need to hit that place if we want to, for one thing, make sure this can't happen again, and for another thing, gather the information we need to go pick her up from where she actually is, which we're pretty sure is somewhere in the hells. They sent her there from that keep, insofar as we can tell, so if we can, get whoever's in charge there and make them talk, which I'm sure we can find ways. We can be very creative. then we can get after her in earnest. And also, this temple has just been just absolutely ruined as far as I can tell from the inside out. So either we just blow it all up or we force them all to surrender and tidy up after
I
the
don't
fact.
think Silver would be happy if you destroyed her temple, but okay.
Don't not destroy, but still just fuck up the assholes. There's a lot of assholes going on.
Yeah. Well,
But there's only one of the assholes there.
But there's also a lot of idiots who followed said assholes.
And they're idiots, not assholes.
I mean, still, point stands.
Okay.
either way.
We're gonna have to fight through the idiots to get to the asshole, is the point.
Alright. So, perhaps with that, then we won't fight to actually kill most of the group that's there if they're just idiots.
I would say,
And-
incapacitate where possible.
Yeah.
They can be made to
Okay.
see that they were fooled and tricked into working for some evil bastards. Maybe they'll do that religious thing people do. What do they call it? Repent? I don't know. I don't go to church.
Either way.
Redeem
Okay.
themselves or whatever?
So are we going to all begin travel there then?
I'm figuring so. If you're in. It is a massive ask. I am well aware of that. If it's too steep of a request, I totally understand.
Nah. We'll go in there. I can entertain a lot of people and cause enough of a distraction without hurting anybody.
All right.
And there is, it's directed at a certain person. Being it's, Riven.
What?
Unrae says, I can be an entertaining distraction to a lot of people without hurting them. And there's a brief little glance and a glance toward you.
He just looks away.
Uh-huh.
Need not be reminded
Anyway.
of the scissors.
Like, I have a girlfriend now. I have a girlfriend.
I have a girlfriend again.
So, I guess we're going to begin the trek down there. Do you want to go tomorrow, perhaps?
Yes, I would like to go hit the stores. Because I am unbalanced.
Probably a good idea. Make sure we're rested up and that everyone has a chance to get anything they might need. And if there's anyone else we need to reach out to, a chance to do that.
Yep. And, you know what?
Wait,
And
You're young, and you're the one that's most invested in this. I think you should do something. I think you should do something a little bit more entertaining before you go into what could be a very dangerous mission.
Locke's eyebrow goes up. What?
There's a festival up north. Rather fun.
Jesus Christ, you want us to do that fucking festival, don't you?
no! We're going to the Temple of Helm. We're going to finish the story.
actually, Bjorn was just about to ask Mudslide if she wanted to go to the festival, so this works out nicely. In fact, he's going to ask her that now.
I ultimately, I want, in a very similar capacity to the trials, I don't want to force anybody to go to it. I just want to have the offer there and somebody here. So, if it's just Bjorn and maybe Bjorn and Byron and an NPC or two, that's fine enough for me.
It's an
But,
interesting.
If the group goes, Riven's just going to stay outside of it and just be like, eh.
He'll be like, all right, here's the plan. Get in there and kill the guy making the music.
No, destroy the instruments.
Yeah, just destroy them.
I mean, you could
So-
still go in there and do that.
Yeah, I got a question because she has the Riven has the bag of holding, right?
I believe.
Is it actually
You do, yes.
the bag of holding? Actually, hold on. I don't have that list. All I have is berries. What did Locke do with all those potions he grabbed?
I believe I entrusted them to you.
Are they in the bag of holding?
I don't know. I think.
Probably. Bag of holding, whatever.
Yeah, it's just okay. Cause I just want to see.
Silly item idea. The bag of holding.
Riven is just gonna be like, there's plenty of potions that go around this place, right?
Generally, yeah.
Have you seen anything like this one? she pulls out that weird metallic, the blood potion.
I mean, we already had you drink one, and we know what it does, right?
Yeah, I know, but she's just wanting to know whether or not there's actually more out in the world.
That's a weird one.
It's not good. I mean, it makes you feel good for a bit, and then afterwards, it's not a fun time.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
The hangover comes immediately.
It tastes very metallic, and it's
also
shiny for some reason.
It's also somewhat shiny and red, which tells me that's not good. Okay.
Do you know anyone that we can ask to see if if this has been disputed, or is it safe to say that we only got Locke only procured it from the only source that uses it, and we don't have to worry about something like this?
I would imagine that this particular potion's probably not been spread around. Otherwise, I would definitely have seen it. We
Okay.
get all kinds of characters in here. But something similar to this is at least, some sort of potion made of blood.
Oh, so it is made of blood? Ugh.
Yeah, that kind
Ah.
of shiny red color and a metallic taste. Yeah, that's blood.
Oh, I don't feel good.
It was like a couple weeks ago. It is well out of your system at this point.
I know, but
This is why you don't drink things when you don't know what they are.
you gotta find out one way or another.
Yeah, ask.
We did ask, and we didn't really know, because we'd never seen anything like this before.
And neither did anyone
So-
else we asked, so Miss Reckless here chugged.
Well, point is, I'm not entirely sure what it is. Although, I might know someone in town who could know.
Ooh.
Or at least have a vague idea.
Oh?
Gotta love vague ideas. Right up there with obscure trivia and cryptic myths.
So,
You're a cryptid myth.
there is
I hope that after all of the shit we've been through, that I one day will become a cryptic myth.
well,
Second thought,
have
you don't
to know-
look like anything like a cryptic myth.
You're
You
right.
need to
I'm
work
not-
on your image.
I cast
there-
disguise self to make myself look like to make
private
myself
eye.
to make myself look significantly more heroic. I like swole up a bit. I get rid of the dirt and the grime. My hair's actually brushed to get like just a bit of stubble going. I got like a trident stripped across my back, wearing like Greek robes or something. Like, how about this?
Yeah. Enough of that. You look great. Good job. Now,
I drop it.
Point is,
I feel sticky.
there is a shop. He's sort of an apothecary and an alchemist. And he might know something. And then Mudslide pops up and goes, "Not him. Certainly not. He's one that I know that knows blood magic. He might have an idea."
Huh? There's blood magic?
It's like
Unfortunately, yes, there is.
it's like an extremely esoteric thing, but yeah, it's a thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that alligator guy we kicked the shit out of the other day used it.
I don't think he actually did.
I
He
mean-
didn't get the chance to, I think.
He had the tools for it, at the very least, is what I mean.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he had the potions for it, but he didn't get a chance to use them directly. He had one active when he was attacking, but then you guys stopped him. So
Gong stopped him and we just piled on.
pretty much. So, beyond that,
We are efficient.
well, we can go. You can go and you can talk to him, see what he knows, if anything.
Right. Well, if you guys are going to go to the carnival, I need to go find another axe. I can stop by the apothecary, I guess.
If you're looking for an axe, I can tag along. I'm not
Do you
really.
not want to go festive?
I mean, as delightful as a festival sounds, I feel like, I don't know, I wouldn't feel right going to a place of festivities and merriment until we've won.
Good
Fair.
point.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I don't want to feel like I'm celebrating a victory we might not actually get.
I don't know. Bjorn looks like he's ready to celebrate.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, go for it. I mean, if anyone here wants to go for it, by all means. I just wouldn't feel right. And besides, with my magic bullshit, I can probably help identify a really good match for Riven when it comes to axes. So,
Yeah.
I can help appraise the shit you're looking at.
Cool.
All right.
I'll just like hold out the back of my
so-
fist for like a fist bump or something.
He just pats the top of the fist bump.
Not quite what I was going for, but I will take it.
Now you're back to the cryptic map.
So yes, you're going to Riven and Locke are going to go to the apothecary and trying to find some weapons and items and things, and then everybody else is going to festival. Or where's Byron going? I know Byron's probably going to go to the festival, like Mudslide and whatnot. I hope going to the festival
Sounds
too.
fun.
Yeah.
I already got the theme song stuck in my head.
Alright.
Cool.
All right.
It's a total
Splitting
earworm.
the actual player part. Splitting the actual player party down the middle. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I haven't done that in a while, and it gives like Bjorn and Byrne a chance to actually like role play a bit because they don't get to do that very often. Because those two are often very quiet.
Yeah.
Wake up, I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
all
not
good.
usually super much of a role player. I like to abstract it a lot of the time.
Yeah, well, you'll find that when I'm in a DM position again, I will be making you change that. The role play is why I am here.
I play your FFD6 game. I know.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we going first? Where y'all want to go first?
I mean, I guess just whoever you want to focus on first. Oh no, I accidentally closed the roll 20. What?
Get your ass back in here.
I'm working on it.
You absolute fool.
Move the
Hey, Bjorn,
Yo.
1 or 2?
Well, 2's better than 1. So,
2 it is.
what does that
Um,
mean?
That means I'm starting with those going to the festival. That's what that means.
Ah, shit. All right.
So,
So-
it's an interesting thing. It is going to be Mudslide. You have to kind of wait a little bit because Young will, or not Young, Mudslide will actually mention that the, real meat of the festival and the fun really happens a little bit later in the evening because they're more of a night themed festival. So, kind of have to wait until it's later. But
Alright.
considering you guys are going to be leaving tomorrow anyway, you guys are going to be able to, explore and have a little bit of fun. But you will find that it's not just Mudslide, Bjorn, Oak, Byron. Yeah. Mudslide, Bjorn, Byron.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Other than y'all, someone else is actually going to be going to the festival too. Because since it's going to be later in the evening, you'll find that Young will go to the festival too.
Shit.
And Young is not alone.
Oh,
No.
Nope. She has a friend who I don't have a token for, but I have an image for it.
Young has a friend.
yay!
She looks. I made her in Hero. I made this character in Hero Forge, so she looks like this.
Oh, a little barkeep looking one.
Yep.
My file.
As it is, someone would technically recognize this person, but that someone's not here.
Ooh.
Remember when you guys switched dreams around? Silver was briefly in Yong's dream.
Oh,
This is the redhead that was in Yong's dream.
okay.
Anyway, so that'll be the 6 of you will be going into this little carnival thing. And it's interesting because when you come up, you will see that it's just like little tents and like traveling circus, traveling carnival type thing. Map looks something like this.
Ermagerd.
I have characters that are not here and need to move. So, Hollis, you're not here. Riven, you're not here. And Locke, you're not here.
Poof!
Look, no.
I'm dead.
I mean,
but
by
yeah,
all rights, yeah.
so it is going to be, the crew of you are coming up on this, like, there's caravans, there's tents, there's not really fencing per se to keep people out, if they didn't pay, but those who didn't pay, there are people wandering around that are acting as guards, you would assume. They're not in armor of any kind though. It's interesting.
Weapons.
They do have weapons. Very plain looking weapons, but weapons. It's interesting because most of the crew that is guards are like a smattering of halfling and gnome. Small races.
Ankle biters.
And the person who is acting as a sort of ticket person, or ticket clerk, appears to be human, somewhat androgynous in appearance. You kind of can't make heads or tails, largely because they are wearing a paper mache dragon mask.
Hail, friend. How much for tickets for all of us?
Oh, wow. Grand, this is be wonderful. It is 5 gold a head if you want to come in. It'll get you in, and it'll get... Each person will get a nice little welcome pack.
What's in the welcome pack?
Oh, things you'll need upon your fun and adventures here. Don't worry about it. Y'all want to come in? You see that this person is very excited to have a crew of 6 people going in.
That is more than the huge, huh?
All traveling together? Yeah, usually.
Alright,
most
so
of the party will be able to pay their own way.
No.
No?
Bjorn is paying the way for this.
Okay.
30 gold from Bjorn's coffers.
Well then.
Tickets for everyone. We are having a party, and Bjorn is bankrolling it.
Alright. So, the welcome pack, as it was described, amounts to being it's like a weird parcel that could hold more than a few things. And as you open it up, a bit like opening up a Christmas present almost, you will have 3 things. 2 of these things are the same, and they're the same in everybody's welcome pack. The third is something different and random. So we'll get to that in a minute. But the thing that is the same across the board is what looks like coins or tokens, perhaps. And one token is, or one coin is the image of what appears to be perhaps like a rat on a stick or something of a kin skewer type thing. And on the other side is an image of a dragon. The other coin has the same image of a dragon, and then on the other side it has a clock, like an image or a clip art of a clock.
Dragon.
And then as you open it up, the ticket clerk will explain. One token is for food. You can choose to purchase some of the food that we have here using that food token. The other is a game token to enjoy the festivities of these games. Now, if you're here and you want to participate in anything, you will unfortunately need to be purchasing tokens from me. I will give you tokens as well. And then he will indicate they will indicate a sign that is above them that you didn't quite notice at first because it was kind of hidden, but when they pointed it out, you could see it. The sign says on it that any tokens can be purchased with either 1 platinum piece or 11.
Or 11 gold?
Yep, 1 platinum or 11 gold.
Better deal with the platinum.
How many tokens does the platinum get?
1.
Ah. This is not a poor man's carnival, I see.
Nope, very much not.
Whew.
How much platinum do you have?
Do I have?
Yes. Because you sound a bit worried.
Bjorn sneaks off and goes to an ATM.
I mean, I've got some. I've got 30 platinum.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Mudslide will sort of smile, and she's like, maybe start with one and see if you actually enjoy some of these games in here. I've heard that they can be a bit tricky.
Indeed. Yes, let's go give it a try.
And the other thing that is inside the welcome pack is what is essentially a random toy. So I want Bjorn, Oak, and Bjorn and Byron, both of you, roll for me a d6.
Woo! 6.
And a 2.
2 is better than 1, apparently.
It's true.
All right. So, Bjorn, what you find is it looks like maybe some sort of small, maybe small bag or backpack, and it's got big enough straps. It's basically like if you was to, when you see people wearing like the purses or whatever, they're like teeny tiny bags but on a backpack type thing.
Like okay.
It's basically like what some people would wear as a pocketbook, but it's a pocketbook they have as a bag so they can carry it easier. But anyway, it's just a small bag with straps in order for you to set it on your back. And it looks, the part that should be a bag looks like it's got some weird mechanical apparatus of some sort. Even a little button. And then Byron, what you will find is it looks like a bit like a potion vial. And not that Byron would know what this is, but it's a more orange than deep red potion that has movements inside it that look kind of like a lava lamp. It all warbles and looks cool when you move it around.
Interesting.
And let me do 4d6 to get what Oak, Young, Mudslide, and Young's friends are getting. Which, when she meets back up with the group, the red-headed dwarf that Young is with will introduce herself as Cathabel, which is spelled like that, Cathabel. Anyway. Shh.
No.
Okie dokie. So, a 5, a 1, a 1, and a 4. So, 2 people will get the same thing. And that is, I will say, Oak, Young, Mudslide, Cathabel. So, Young and Mudslide both get the same thing, and then the other 2 get something different. The 5 that is what Oak is getting is the exact same mask that the ticket clerk is wearing. Paper mache dragon mask.
Nice.
And then the 4 is it looks kind of like a very small torch of some sort, or what could be a torch. And it actually, as soon as it's out and into the daylight, immediately lights up. just on its own. And Cathabelle sort of like, oh, I remember this. And she like is playing with it because the fire doesn't actually hurt her. And she's like, oh, this is I love these things. These are cool. And then the one is
A crit fail.
no. It is what looks like some other kind of potion, but instead of being potion or vial of liquid, but instead of being orangey red, it is blue.
Awesome.
So
See, if Raidell had joined us, she would have been like, "Ghoul, what's this thing?"
But yeah, so you have that, and if you guys want to go and explore, or maybe purchase some tokens before you get too far away, there's other things that you can go and look around at. Young and Cathabelle are going to go off this way to another one of the little stalls. And then Oak will pick a direction and go off this way, look into something. And then I'm going to say that. Well, actually, let's swap that around. The orange is going to be Mudslide because she was behind Bjorn. There we go. And Mudslide will look to you, Bjorn, and be like, well, what do you want to check out and look into? From a distance, you can see that immediately one of the attractions that is easily noticeable is a little bit further up, closer to this like empty open area up there, like this one far back here. It does actually have one of those really tall, like, test your might type things.
Mudslide picks up Bjorn and uses him like a mallet.
You know what? I'm gonna point at it and say, "Loser buys food."
You know what? I'll take you up on that.
Hi ho, hi ho! It's off to the strength contest we go.
Yep. One in the back here.
I'm sort of curious, so I will follow to observe, because I know I'm amongst peers of equal strength, but I'll just observe.
You're just gonna observe for now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Bjorn, you will come up to this basically test your might sort of thing, and the person behind the counter, it appears. Yeah, that. The person behind the counter appears to be like a male half-orc of some persuasion. And he's actually like wearing on his hands these sort of similar to the paper mache mask. He's got paper mache claws.
Beautiful.
Which, as you're walking up, you'll notice that he's kind of like trying to make sure it fits. He also looks to be, actually, no. When you come up, there's no one at the counter.
No one at the counter.
You have a little bell, though, to call somebody.
Ding!
Yeah. Then he comes up, and he's out of breath, and putting on said paper mache gloves that almost fall apart. Anyway, hi.
Are you all right, good sir?
Oh, yes, it's fine. Getting these gloves takes a bit of time sometimes. I was in the middle of something in the back. It's fine. So, you want to test your might?
Yes. Yes.
All
I
right.
wish to demonstrate my tremendous strength for all to see.
I I see. So, he will point out the stage, and he will say, "If you can make it at least halfway, I'll give you one of my 3 smaller constellation prizes over here. But if you can make it to the top, then I'll give you the coveted prize token for something from our center stage over there." And he points over this way. Just off the map, there'd be like a bigger tent that's got like a dragonborn waiting in front of it, like a tall 6'4", 6'6" dragonborn is waiting over there. And he's like, "If you can get it to the top, I will give you the coveted prize token. As long as it's past the middle tier down here, you'll get the constellation prize. And it is a simple game token to try your hand."
All right, I guess I'm gonna hand over this 1 platinum token to the guy. Fuck
The,
Spendy.
The
Carnivals, man.
the token that you got from the welcome pack. Did you buy more tokens before you left?
No.
Okay. So the token that you got from the welcome pack is the one you're using here.
Yes.
Yeah, the freebie, as it were.
Thank God.
It was half price.
It was half price and in your admission fee. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So I would like for you to roll for me a strength check. Let's see how well you do.
Could I make an argument for athletics?
Well, technically, yeah, it would be athletics. You're right.
Hell
I
yeah.
I say strength check, strength-based skill, same thing. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
All right. So with an 11,
Ah,
you hit
Bing.
the
Oh.
you will hit the little tumbler or target or whatever it is that it would be called. Moves ever so slightly up. You unfortunately do not make it even to mid-tier for a constellation prize. And the half-orc is, ooh, tough luck.
Bjorn eyes it suspiciously as he steps back.
On roll investigation.
Yes.
I will say you could roll either perception or investigation. Investigation if you don't want to hide the fact that you're trying to look at it. But perception if you want to be a little bit more discreet.
We're gonna go with perception. I have higher than that anyway.
Higher, he says.
13.
Oh, the
It was higher.
irony.
It was higher.
If only I had done it, then it would have been in the irony. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Ignore
Good.
that.
All right.
That instead. I pat him on the shoulder. There. What is it? Strength.
It would be strength, yes. Are you going to try it yourself, or are you going to?
Soul strength. No, I pat Bjorn on the shoulder. I hand him my game token. I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. There. Want to try again?
Yes, I believe that first blow landed poorly. Thank you.
You feel the magical steroids coursing through your veins.
It's advantage on strength checks, huh?
Yep.
Yep. Athletics at advantage.
Oh, Bjorn. Oh, Bjorn, please. There we go.
There we go. Well done. Well done.
It's decent. It's a decent roll.
Well done, well done. The Dragonborn sort of like half claps in his like paper mache dragon thoughts. Or not Dragonborn, half orc. And you hit, it bounces up, and it makes it almost to the top. Almost. Well done. Constellation prize for you. Take your pick.
What prizes are before me?
The three that he has to offer are it's considering you had so many friends that came in at the same time. It's akin to some of the toys that you've already picked up. He has both the blue potion and the red potion, and he has his claws that he's wearing.
I point to the potions and what do these do?
Oh, yes. The orange one here. This is a potion of Dragon's Fire.
Sounds dangerous.
Down this potion, and for a brief moment, you will have the fire of a dragon in your belly. It's quite potent. The blue one
Fire
here,
of a dragon.
the blue one here, this will give you the resistances of a dragon. Improve your defenses for a brief time.
I'm going to take the orange potion.
Good choice, good choice. What about you, dear? And Mudslide will sort of look over the area. Yeah, you know what? Why not? She sort of rolls her shoulders. Let's give this a shot. Cracks her knuckles. Tosses him the token without even really handing it to him. He almost misses it. He doesn't quite catch it with his claws. And she will take the mallet in hand. And she will smack, which both of you and the half-orc will notice that as she goes to slam, there's a brief, like, you know all those like anime things where you see like the spectral image of something as a hero or a protagonist does a thing?
Yes.
Yeah. You have that, except her spectral image is of a bear, complete with a growl, as she will rage smack, so that she gets advantage too. And that is proficiency is 3 for her, 6, 7, 8. Advantage because why not? Well then.
Dave.
Oh. Excuse me.
So she will slam it down, and there is a very heavy impact, more so than you would have expected, and it will launch all the way up and hit the bell. And Byron, you with your passive perception of like 16, you will notice something that I will text you or message you.
Passive perception is higher than 16, but yes.
Yes. Well, your passive perception was at least a 16. It was like huge.
Yeah, ginormous. I still can't believe it's not butter.
And there you go. That. And the half-orc, the half-orc is like, well done. Impressive. prize token for you, dear. And he will pass it off, and Mudslide just gets this smug grin and like elbows you, Bjorn, and just, he's my dear, not you. Hush. Come on.
Fantastic.
The appropriate response. He's my dear. And then Bjorn is like, and she's my bear.
I mean, yeah. So, moving on from that, where are you guys wanting to go to?
There's a tent with moons and stars and stuff.
There is.
It sort of stands out. I'm just curious. What is it all about?
Yep. So, you will go up to that tent. At first, as you walk up, you think there's no one there. And then, right as soon as you're about to hit the bell, you'll notice that there is a smaller individual, appears to be maybe a halfling woman. And she looks up and says, "Oh, welcome, welcome." She's older. "Welcome, dear, welcome. Would you like to hear a fortune?"
This isn't a game, so does it require a token?
No, of course not. If you would like to have your fortune, just pass by me the normal fare for a token, and I can read your fortune. Either 11 gold or 1 single platinum.
Okay. I guess I'll tentatively produce 1 platinum from my coffers and surrender it.
Delightful, delightful, dear. Now, could you let me see your palm?
Sure.
Okay. And you, again, you have a high passive perception.
Mm-hmm.
A very high passive
I
perception.
do.
And so, now then, dear. She's just looking over the palm of your hand. There's like no use of magic that you can pick up on. She's just looking over your hand.
It's a really beautiful hand, isn't it?
Well, I see these lines here. An adventurer, I take it.
Uh-huh. I suppose you could say that.
I don't suppose you're running away from something, are you?
Running away. No.
Mission to find something.
That's a fairly common reason to adventure. Yeah.
You're a tough one to crack, aren't you?
I'm still waiting to be impressed.
Random Sean Connery.
Yep. Good movie, though. Let's see. Well, it's a dangerous world out there. Be careful. The fates still have a plan for you.
I should hope so. They were expensive.
She sort of takes her hand away.
She takes what? Oh, yeah.
She'll let go of your hand.
I thank her for her time. I'm going to see what other people are doing.
I think Bjorn is
buying Mudslide dinner somewhere.
You might not want to do that in here, considering how stingy they are.
I thought you said we have Chinese food tokens.
Oh well, yeah, you would have at least one.
You
Um,
By all technicality, Bjorn did already buy us all food
this is true.
because we all got a token for free.
I'm sending you a thing, Bjorn, or a Byron, rather.
oh shit.
So you go and investigate with or go and look at everyone else.
What are other people doing?
Yep. Oak seems to be at a one of those like jars where you guess how many's inside of something. And he's sort of looking over it, and there is a very impatient dwarf behind the counter that's just like, say a number already. Because he's supposed to guess how many is in it, and he's taking way too long. And there's like a visible like tapping of the foot behind the dwarf's little stand.
Oak standing there with like one finger on his game token. Let's see.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Byron, tell me, does this look off to you? Something is off here. I just can't quite put my finger on what.
On the jar of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing perception.
Yep, roll perception. 21. You notice that there is... It's subtle. Like, very subtle. But there is a strange, like, reflection to the jar that makes it look like there's more marbles in it than are.
So I pull out a slide rule and start doing some calculus levels. The time of day and the angle of light and the degrees of refraction.
I mean, you could. You're very smart. You could. Although I don't think you have the
Smart,
tools.
I'm not
technically.
super smart though.
No.
I could probably talk the jar into telling me how many it has in it.
That necessitates it have a consciousness?
No.
Unless this is just a very, very intelligent mimic that they're paying with, like, mice or something.
Yeah. It's tricky. It's very clear that the jar is intentionally trying to trick you.
Right. So I'm guessing that Oak noticed that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the only thing I've seen that's this way. They're very skilled at their trade.
And then there's like you'll hear a bell off from this sort of direction towards where Bjorn's out right now. And she will ring the bell again when you can figure out what you want to do with the jar. And she just straight up disappears. Just poof. And both you and Oak pick up on the fact that the tent flap in the back of the tent that she has moves as she disappears. Hey Bjorn, you were going to get some food?
That is right.
If you weren't persistent with the bell when you rang it and no one came around, Mudslide was. And then you've been waiting for quite a while to get somebody to come to serve you some sort of a food. And then eventually a human woman will sort of appear almost from nowhere, and she's okay. So, what would you like then?
Well, it's Mudslide's choice.
I mean, the token has rat on a stick for a reason. It's actually pretty good.
All right, if that's how it's gonna be. Rat on the
And
stick.
she will disappear into her wares briefly and produce you 2 kebabs, rat on stick things.
Oh fuck yeah, we got 2 of them. Nice.
Well, I mean, food token from both of you to get 1 kebab each.
Oh, okay. Well, that
And
works.
So, you now have your food.
Is it good?
It is actually surprisingly good. Like,
Hell yeah.
like,
Carnival food.
actually,
Actually,
Bjorn.
it's terrible. You're sick.
Bjorn, roll for me a. Think it would be. I think it's wisdom. Yeah, roll for me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
You,
That raises alarm bells.
you know it's bad when you eat something and it bypasses your constitution. It goes straight to your mental facilities.
Right? Fucking nerve toxin. Yo! Check it.
Your nerves are
Nice. 30.
I might not be a perceptive man, but I am wise.
all... Now you can
But
crit
why
save
do you
a
why do you
brave.
keep drinking then?
Because I am wise.
That I feel like that is a contradiction there, my man. That is not a state of affairs that goes together.
Okay, so yeah, Oak. You will
Oak.
taste it. Not Oak. Sorry, wrong name. Bjorn. You'll taste it, and for a little bit, you're like, yeah, this is really good. And then you realize that it's not bad, but there is something here that's like trying to mess with your brain to tell you it's really good when it's actually sort of bland.
This is just this place is just loaded with fuckery, isn't it?
I
is.
just say this food has been ensorcelled.
It has MSG.
Wait,
And,
is there some sort of powder involved with it?
well, you don't know.
Oh, I
You're not
know. Like, is it the taste of the dust of
So,
deliciousness or whatever?
I mean, you see Mudslide, and she's just eating it up. Just love this stuff. Surprisingly
Alright.
good for what is, I guess, supposed to be a rat, but whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose if by that standard, I'll keep eating it.
All right. And then
Not-
once you,
Now you have to roll a compulsion check to see if you can resist having another.
no,
Oh,
Why would
I
I would
think-
not be surprised by that.
I think the price tag might deter me a little bit.
yeah, but the magical flavor says otherwise.
Look, man, I like the way a McDonald's burger tastes, but I wouldn't go there if it was $100.
All right.
Good fucking point.
So, upon you two finishing up the kebabs, Mudslide will sort of smile and he's like, "So, I have a prize token. Want to go in there and get something
Yes.
for me or for yourself? For me or for yourself? I don't really mind.
Oh no, you won. The prize is yours.
All right.
It's just Bjorn comes out carrying a giant ass teddy bear.
That would be adorable.
No,
I would pay money
no,
to see that.
it's a giant ass elk.
That would be even more adorable because that shows that she's paying attention. It's a giant fucking reindeer. Yeah.
What is it that Bjorn's blue sword does functionally?
Glows when
Sort
there's
of
shit.
warning.
Yeah,
It
basically just
it glows
anyone
when
near-
there's shit.
Basically, yeah.
So this is one of those you have advantage and disadvantage at the same time, and they nuke each other. So you get sort of warning, and you can't be caught off guard whenever there's danger afoot. But you have giant honking bears, so you're distracted from the blue glow.
Okay, so you guys, the two of you will step up to the Dragonborn that has been waiting back here at the sort of big tent in the back. And he will smile as you approach. I see. Welcome. Did one of you two happen to procure a prize token? And Mudslide will hold it up and it's like, "Yep, got one right here. Though I think I kind of destroyed your test of strength over there." "Nah, we'll fix it. It's perfectly fine. Now then, you have one prize token for one of these items that I have back here. And it's kind of dark in his room back there. It's a little hard to see. There are some things that he's got in his little area that are actually glowing, so you can see them at least. And then he'll just sort of wave his hand and produce tiny little globules of light to allow you to see. Because he realizes that at least one person here is a human who can't see in the dark. So, whoosh.
I believe I have goggles, though.
You do, but he doesn't know that.
Well, I suppose I appreciate the courtesy then.
I mean, after all, you're not going to be wearing them all the time.
I guess it would make me look a little dorky, huh?
Yep.
You
What
look
you
like a
need is-
nerd.
You need little miniature antlers to attach to the sides of the goggles.
That would be cartoonish.
All right.
Uh,
So, you will look inside, and he will have quite the assortment of items in his wares. And he will speak up. One prize token gets you one of these items. And you will see all sorts of weird and interesting looking things. But for Bjorn, there are two things that immediately call your attention. Actually, three. Three things that immediately call your attention. There's a set of heavy armor. Maybe like full plate heavy armor.
Oh, sure.
And it is absolutely immaculate and clean. It's almost to the point of this armor is creating its own light.
Does it get like a blue cape and whatnot, or?
Yeah, it's actually got a cape and everything with it. It's this absolutely gorgeous set of armor.
Oh, Bjorn is eyeing it.
There's that, and you will also see two what appear to be tankards or jugs of some sort. One is got like different little symbols and engravings on it. You don't really know what it is. But it's got a bunch of different little engravings and symbols on it of some sort. It's even got like, it's one jug, but it has multiple points in which that you could pour something out in. Very weird looking.
Huh.
And then the other one looks like a more standard tankard that you're used to seeing. It's this sort of off-white mug, and it looks also very clean and shiny, similar to the armor that was very pretty. Now, I still say I should get something for you rather than for me, but that's up to you.
Man.
There's also a shield with a face on it.
What the fuck? What kind of face?
Now
It looks
that's
like
cartoony.
it looks like a face that is ever so slightly different than the Dragonborn that is running this place.
That seems odd.
This whole place has been odd.
It has, yeah.
Thorough review.
Is Byron looking in on this, or is he curious?
I suppose if Bjorn had announced, or if I had overheard that they were going to the prize tent, maybe.
Yeah. It is probably fairly well announced. Mudslide probably wants you to come along to see if you see anything you're interested in.
Sure.
I mean, she's here on a date with Bjorn, but she ultimately wants you guys from the party to have something cool to take back to your friends.
Knowing what I am learning of this place and these people, I'm sort of curious what a prize token with air quotes actually gives you. So, yeah. Sure.
This guy's just learning shit that none of us knows about. It's great.
Yep. All right. So the reason I say this is because there's something in here that would probably be a little bit more Byron's speed. Much like the items that were listed before that were like, these things are things that Bjorn would like. There is one thing in here that looks like something that Byron would be interested in. And it is an absolutely, like, very intricately carved and painted lockbox that you don't see a padlock on.
I'm going to feign disinterest, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that I can tell just looking at it?
There is a very like intricately carved, almost looks like it has waves flowing through it. It looks kind of like a quarterstaff, except it's a little shorter. And it's just got waves of like water or wind or maybe something else you're not quite sure.
Was it a lockbox or a quarterstaff?
This is a staff. The lockbox has patterns that are like almost otherworldly. You're not entirely sure what its patterns got going on. But the wand has what looks like either waves, like the ocean waves, or maybe clouds. It's got some sort of weird wavy pattern going across it. Kind of hard to distinguish by just looking at it.
I
And
guess
then there
curiosity, but they're not like doing much more than that, I think.
Yeah. And then there's like a couple various weird looking jars and There's even like a pipe set, like one for a bard, like bagpipe or not bagpipes. It's not the it's like a pan flute that like satyrs and whatnot have. And it's just all sorts of cool stuff.
And there's a pencil eraser that costs 125 tickets.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can I tell?
Everything in here is only one prize token to get.
Is the armor enchanted at all? Can I tell?
What would you use to tell that? You don't have that.
Probably Arcana could give an idea if they're like runes or what have you.
Yeah.
Sure. Roll Arcana.
Not my greatest skill, but yeah.
You would assume, based on what you've seen and the weirdness of this place, that probably considering that a lot of the gear that you're looking at is very intricate or very pretty. It probably is in large part enchanted in some way, but you can't quite be sure how much or why.
Bjorn will tell Mudslide that if she really wants to spend the token on him, he would like the suit of armor, but he thinks she should spend it on herself.
Roll for me. Persuasion.
That wasn't a great roll.
Bjorn tries to persuade her to get something for herself, so she instantly gets the armor and says, "Every time I hug you, it's for me."
Fuck.
That is wholesome as fucking shit.
I mean, yeah, kinda. She's like, here you go. Armor's yours. Just think of it as a gift from me.
Bjorn just kind of
In
like
your butt.
Bjorn's just gonna kind of quietly blush and sort of hide under his beard.
Right under his beard.
Alright. So you now have a very pretty suit of armor.
Indeed. Hold on. Where's my inventory?
It basically acts the same as any other plate mail heavy armor.
Alright.
For all intents and purposes. It does have one cool thing that it does, but you haven't quite identified what that is. So.
Well. But it's fully functional and just as good as my old armor, yeah?
Yep. Same type, same everything as your normal armor. I will tell you now, Bjorn, so that you don't have to necessarily look into it later, and so that we can perhaps remind everybody when it potentially comes up. You have what's known as a armor of gleaming.
Oh.
It is. Let me double check the specifics here. It is an armor that, functionally speaking, provides no additional benefits mechanically as any other armor, other than the one distinction that it can never, ever be dirty or unkept. It is always perfect.
Nice.
Well, shit, I'm putting that on.
So one could actually make the small leap of logic that it's an armor of gleaming inebriation. So every time he drinks, he looks awesome.
I mean, yeah.
He'll never look like slovenly, like untucked shirt. It's just always perfect.
I will say,
what I've done now is I've jumped from being the alcoholic hobo on the street corner. I've jumped from that to being the guy in the beer commercial on the beach.
You've gone from, hey, got a cigarette, to, hello, ladies.
yeah.
Look at
I
your
will
man.
say-
Now back to me. Now look back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't
I-
me. But if he could summon a
Right,
reindeer and wear
right,
this awesome bitch-ass armor,
Ryan.
he could look like me. Sorry, carry on. Look, I haven't had a
I
scene
will-
in over an hour.
You're fine. I will say that I was kind of hoping that Bjorn would take the tank, the actual mug tankard, because that would be something that he would absolutely hate. Him
Oh.
specifically.
Why?
Why? It is what's known as a tankard of sobriety.
That's disgusting.
It is a tankard that immediately takes all of the properties of alcohol out of whatever liquid is poured into it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Bjorn takes a long sip of this new ale, and he's like freaking out, man.
Hmm. Yeah. Either way,
Just like 20 cups and he's like, I don't feel shit.
also I'll say it this way in case anybody knows what it is. Alchemy jug was the other one.
It
Alchemy
turns a
jug.
lead box into an iron cage.
The alchemy jug it allows you to, let's see. It is able to produce large quantities of useful liquids each given day, potentially producing things like acid, poison, or clean drinking water.
Don't get them confused.
Uh-huh. It is basically a jug that you can say, I want this out of this portion of where I'm going to pour, and you will get whatever that is.
It's a jug of holding.
Pretty much. A jug of holding that can have any liquid you can think of. Anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things in here. The random wand looking thing was a wand of smiles.
That is a mean enchanted item.
It is. And the shield was the shield of expression. That's it.
Dang.
It just changes.
It is a shield. It is a shield that you can hold it and say, "I want this face on my shield." That's it.
Oh, so it's like that quest item. It's like you're looking for someone, so you put on a mask of them. It's like, have you seen someone that looks like my face? But instead of having to do that, it's like, have you seen someone that looks like my shield?
Yep. There's all sorts of cool things in here.
It's like, look like Riven smiling in an uncanny way. Hey, Riven.
Anyway,
That sounds
You
mean.
would probably hate it.
So then, we can say that you guys sort of finish up there. Young's not going to dip too much into her wares to try one of the prize games that she has, and I did rolls for her. She doesn't figure it out. She doesn't do well. She gets a consolation prize though. Another one. And then following that, we can briefly, just so that we have something for the other two, you guys can make your way to jumping to the two that were looking for weapons and things. Are you going to go to a weapon shop, or you want to find the apothecary first?
I'm just following Riven.
Mm-hmm. Technically, you were directed at where the alchemist shop is, and there would be weapon shops along the way. So it kind of makes sense to go weapons first, but
Alright, yeah, we could, because...
ultimately that one is just, I'm getting potions, and I'm getting another axe.
We
Yeah,
did.
pretty
We
much.
did get her a kick-ass axe from the trials, didn't we?
Yes.
You did.
One axe.
Ah, right.
What?
Because you must dual wield.
I must dual wield. I must do choppy chop chop.
Choppy, 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 choppy.
That said, though, you're probably not going to be able to find the exact same axe.
Oh,
Of
certainly
course not. She doesn't care if they're mixed match. She wants to be impressed.
Impressed or oppressed?
Impressed.
Okay.
So,
I mean, she's been having some, like, pretty cool badass sexes. And so she kind of has high standards now.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
So,
So what
like,
sort of
she's ready to spend some money.
And I've
What
got some
sort of-
money to help you spend. Yee.
what sort of acts are you looking for? Anything specific?
Not really, cause what? How do I determine what kind of rarity in acts that I find? Do I have to roll an investigate or something and just see?
Yeah, you can roll investigate. We'll see what you can find.
It's not gonna be pretty, but ooh, 20.
Oh, nice.
Just give me like rarity that you say.
Common, uncommon, rare. Third tier is rare. Rare.
Again with rare. Okay.
And we can just say that you can pick a rare axe of your decent persuasion, and we can figure out price based on what it does later.
Yeah.
You were going to go and find the apothecary and alchemist. So, it doesn't take you too long. You guys going to talk about anything along the way, or are you just going?
I mean, come on, you know these two.
I mean,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's like, I mean, it's like, it's just Locke. Fine, she sits there and asks him about iron. Just her whole spiel thing, like,
Do you trust
what do
him
you
and all
think?
that?
Yeah, just basically, it's just like, what do you think about him? Do you trust him? That's it.
About Bayern, huh? There is definitely a lot he's keeping from us. And I did actually, like, address that with him not all that long ago. Like, asked him, like, to sort of, if it would in any way be of significance to us as far as he knew to, like, tell us when he felt ready to, just on the grounds that, considering what we're going into, I need to know I can trust everyone in the group. And at the time, he seemed convinced that whatever was going on in his past wouldn't be an immediate problem to us. So, then, then that got proven wrong and we got attacked. I don't think he's our enemy. But beyond that, I'm not entirely sure what to make of the man. I like to think I have a good eye for people and intent and things like that. I'm not getting malice from him. Just secrets, and I'm not one to judge on that front. I keep plenty of those. So,
Cricket.
yeah. I don't think he's our enemy, is what it boils down to. But beyond that, don't know. Near as I can tell, whatever issues he's dealing with, he's determined to put those on the back burner until what we're dealing with is resolved. And I think after that, like after we're done rescuing Silver, he plans on, like, asking us about his situation or talking to us more openly about it. So.
Do you think so? Because it seemed like the last interaction, he doesn't know anything and doesn't seem to care.
I don't know. All I know is that he said it was something that would probably be addressed once we were done with our current mission. Whether or not that was a lie or the truth, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm choosing to give him the benefit of the doubt, because while it's clear the guy's hiding a lot of stuff from us, he hasn't done anything to hurt us yet. So, I'd rather not assume hostility until it's been demonstrated.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I should help him or not.
Well, for now, we have our current mission with Silver to resolve. After that, then we can address the issue of Byron with a lot more free headspace, because this mission's been a long time coming. We're done putting it off. If we start poking and prodding at Byron's background, there's a non-0% chance we might get sidetracked again, and I'd rather not leave Silver languishing in the hells any longer than absolutely necessary. We've been sidetracked too many times from that as it is. So.
Yeah, but what if his past keeps butting in?
Then we'll keep butting it out. We've done it once, we can do it again. And it won't do us any good to get bogged down on what-ifs right now. Like I say, we deal with what happens when it comes, but for now, best to stay focused on our objective until it's squared away, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Apothecary. All right.
Yes. Oh, we're here.
Uh-huh. So, even to the less trained nose, as it were, of Locke, compared to like Riven or Hollis, this place has a very distinct and like varying, very strong but varied aroma going on.
Incense.
Yeah, pretty much actually.
Incense and chemicals.
Incense, chemicals. Yeah, it's a full range here. And inside you will find, at first glance, you think maybe strangely like one of the bird folk, considering the very like gnarled and elongated limbs. Then you see no feathers. So it's very strange. But you see an individual that is currently like working with a mortar and pestle type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like the doorway was open, just to like air out all the different smells in the room and whatever else. So unless you guys like literally knock on the corner of his place, you can just walk right on in and see him. And it's very almost like hag gnarled, but not quite. Very elongated fingers, elongated arms, type thing. And he's just working behind the counter and hasn't really noticed your approach at the moment.
Raven just goes, stands at the counter, just waits, and just staring.
Not saying anything?
Not yet.
Okay. What about you, Locke?
I am contemplating, but not decided on using minor illusion to play a trumpet fanfare.
Contemplating, but not actually doing.
Or maybe an aggressive tribal drum beat.
Do you do any of those things that you're contemplating?
I'll give the guy about 30 seconds to notice Riven, and if he doesn't, then sure, I'll use minor illusion to play an aggressive tribal drum beat to announce our presence.
So we'll say maybe 15, 20 seconds, 10 seconds before your thingy would go off.
Like, I'm just starting to like, get my head into position to do the somatic, and then like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And he'll turn and just... Don't sneak up on a guy. Ugh. As he like gets so spooked, turning around and seeing that there's a person there, And then he like drops his mortar and pestle onto the floor. And damn it! Reaches down and pick it up. How can I help you, folks? He like stretches, and there's this very audible bone crack. It's almost sickening. Yeah, that.
Are you broken, sir?
Some would say so, yes. What can I do you for?
We need potions.
Well, I definitely got those. Thank you for coming in way out here to me. I don't get very much business.
We were directed to come here?
Oh?
And there was also the matter of us wanting to get more information on some potions we already have in our possession. Right?
Yeah, just to see if it's, like, out in circulation? I guess it's called?
No. Well, I have quite the few different wares and things that you could try. I'm not immediately up to speed on what's available out there, but if someone directed you to me, there must be a reason.
It's just like while he's talking, she just pulls out the vial and just sets it down. Just like that.
He just like eyes it.
Have we seen anything like this?
May I just take a look at it?
Yeah, don't drink it.
And he'll just sort of look at it and sort of roll it in his hands and look at it in the light from his like little candelabra that's up high. Very strange. This looks like a poor man's attempt at hemocraft, but something is very off.
What is hemocraft?
Oh, blood matter.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Where was it that you found this?
That is an absurdly long story. The short version is I snatched it off the desk of an asshole, who we're probably going to have to fight later.
Oh. Well, without specific testing, I can't be entirely sure what this would do to a person. But
We know what it does to a person? We just
Oh.
want to know whether or not you've seen anything like this. Or heard anything about something like this.
Like, if there's more of it out and about.
if there was such a haphazard attempt at hemocraft out there in circulation, I would definitely know. So I have not seen anything like this.
Well, it strengthens you. It gives you a resistance of some kind. And then after a bit, it tries to kill you.
More or less, yeah.
That does sound like a lot of hemocraft. It's very risk reward sort of craft. Well, tell you what.
We're not leaving it with you.
I see. Fair enough. He'll set it back on the counter near in front of you.
Okay.
Well then. That's about all I can tell you about that. If you already know what it does, you don't necessarily need testing. But I can at least confirm for you that as far as I'm aware, nothing like that is out there in circulation.
That's good to know at least.
Yes.
Now then, Did you say you wish to buy normal potions, or at least other potions?
Yes, the healing potions.
Of course. And he'll sort of wander to the side of the to the other side of the counter, and you see that when he moves, there is a very distinct hunch to his back, to where he almost looks like he's walking on all fours to go over and grab something, and he will favor stretching to grab something with his elongated arms versus walking all the way to it and coming back. All right.
What race was he?
It's now that you're looking at him closer.
Uh-huh.
He's got the like features and structure, what little structure there is, anyway. He's got the features and structure of a elongated Aarakocra without feathers.
Huh. Alarming.
Yeah, he's very weird.
Yeah.
But anywho, he will then produce a set of potions for you. Here you are.
How much are they?
Typical price for potions was, I believe, like I have a book for this. Yeah. So a potion of healing, a standard healing potion, is typical is 50 gold to pick up a standard potion of healing. If you're wanting to do like a higher brow, slightly better advanced potion of healing, which you would have, it is going to be 75 gold.
That's not too bad, considering how much money we have. How much in total did you say again?
50 for a standard potion of healing, which is gonna be 2d. It's kind of crap. Potions of healing are usually crap. But it is 2d4 plus 2 for the standard potion of healing, or a advanced healing potion is 2d6 plus 4.
I was more asking about gold price.
Yeah, and it's 50 and 75 respectively.
Okay.
How many potions does he have?
Immediately on him that you can see among what he brings over, he will have 5 standard potions of healing, and actually, no, let's do this. He will have 4 standard potions of healing, and 4 standard potions of healing and 2 of the advanced.
Wait, there's healing, greater healing, superior, and supreme healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he has regular healing and then greater healing?
Yep.
Okay.
I just ran the numbers. With some, like, overflow in terms of moneyage, it would cost me only 36 platinum to get all of that.
I mean, you could.
I have over 100 platinum. I'm gonna.
Okay.
If you want to.
Fuck it, I've been loaded for fucking ever. I'm just gonna put that money down there, like, and you can keep the change.
Well then. He will, like, all he really does is like flex his fingers, but again, crack. Could I interest you in any more?
If there's more like general... here's an oddity. Do you have any potions that can restore spell slots?
What is a slot?
Restore magic use, it would be less likely to come from slots, but...
So it's 2 greater healing potions are the ones we got?
Yeah, 2 greater and 4 standard. Or
Regular.
basic. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well... I don't usually think that those are potions that exist, generally. Are they?
Pity. It would be very handy in our line of work, but understandable.
Because they would be incredibly broken for a warlock.
Why do you think I was hoping to acquire some?
I know. I don't have anything that can restore magic of that persuasion. Though, depending on what sort of circumstance you may be getting yourself into, I can supply you with potions for other such things.
Such as?
If you feel you're going to be facing down a particularly vicious creature of a given element, I can give you resistance potions for those types of situations. I could give you a potion for allowing you to breathe underwater or go invisible briefly. Things of that nature.
Some fire resistance I think would actually go a long way. I'm thinking about it in case we run into Miss Flaming Locks again.
Okay. Let's see. And that will be a fire resistance potion will run you at 40 gold, from what I'm looking at here. I don't know how up to date this thing is, but a fire resistance potion will be 40 gold for one, and he will have 3 of them. So do you choose to get them?
I'll get one. I want to save at least some money.
And when you decide you're going to get a fire resistance potion, he actually has to move a little further away. And this is interesting. He will, like, pop his shoulders weirdly. It's kind of gross. And then almost practically teleport and move really fast and come back. As he goes like past both of you, he like moves fast enough to wave like I think Riven wears a cloth cloak or like cape kind of thing.
She does have a leather cloak.
Yeah. So he moves fast enough that it's as if the wind moves your cloak briefly, and then he comes back.
Oh, what the hell?
Here you are.
Sweet, thank you.
You are getting creepier by the minute, dude.
There are those that say that, yes. My past has made me not exactly normal, but I make do.
Welcome to the club. I just hold out a hand to shake.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand. It's very bony hand. Just there you are.
It is a fun club? No, it's not.
I would imagine not. It was when I was much younger. Now, not so much.
All right, well, Any types of potions you want to invest in, Riven?
Nah, just health potions.
All right.
And that'll be that. All right. And then following that little exchange, you guys will make your way out. Probably later meet up with the rest of the crew and get ready to head out the following morning with Mudslide and Unrae in tow. Which Mudslide comes equipped with all of her many weapons that she carries all the time.
Yeah. Appropriate.
Which you guys saw that briefly. That like she is like weapon master type style. Since barbarians can use literally anything, and she has a carrying capacity of huge. She's just like, I'm going to spontaneously have a glaive, or a maul, or a great axe, or whatever the heck I want to swing with.
I mean, hey, I'm not complaining.
And she doesn't have to have a bag of holding to carry it all. So, yeah, she's fun. But beyond that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it now. Slightly longer session because various different things happened. But, yeah. And you guys will be making your way out. And as a sort of a cliffhanger-y type thing, Young will be, at least briefly, before you guys head out, Riven and Locke, who didn't meet her before, will meet Cathabel. Red-headed dwarf.
Nice.
Hello?
Introduced as a old friend for Young. Or at least that's what Young introduces her as. Which the Cathabel has things about that.
What?
But yeah. Beyond that, we'll get into that later. And I will say closing out can be, let's see. Closing out for This Has Been Shadows can be Brian, and then David, you can do the join us next time.
David?
This has been Shadows, Brian. You're first.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. My brain wasn't entirely working there. This has been Shadows of Gradiriel.
No, my brain.
We're all kind of tired, I think.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I've been up since 8 a.m.
Listen, join us next time, and we're gonna kick somebody's ass.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Or they'll kick our ass, and that'll be its own kind of funny.
Alright.